I was of draft age during the Vietnam War, so for me, Lyndon Johnson was the devil. I hated him because he could send me to my death. I was very much against the war. I didn't, and I only saw him through that one lens, which was bad guy. He was a bad guy. I was able to, went through a lot in my life. I grew up. I got involved in politics and government and public policy. And as that happened, I started to see Lyndon Johnson in a different light because he was much more complex than I had viewed him when I was a young person during the Vietnam War. And when this script came by Tim and Trevor White, who had developed the script with a young writer named Joey Hartstone, who's a brilliant writer, we got a couple of Joey Hartstone fans in the audience. Let him know. Maybe he'll have some sex later. But when the script came, my first instinct was, I don't know, do I want to make a movie about LBJ? But the more I thought about it, the more I reflected on the experiences that I had had, like I say, in government and public policy, I said, no, this guy was much more complex than I had thought. And I had read most of the Carroll books. And when I read a book by Doris Kearns Goodman, who wrote a biography, she had worked in the White House and had worked with Johnson down in Texas on the biography, there were a couple of things in there that struck me. As effective as he was as a legislator, he was also incredibly insecure. There were two things that I picked out of there. One was that he had a recurring dream of being paralyzed. He was in a wheelchair and saw himself as being paralyzed, had this dream over and over again. And the other one was his mother had withheld her love at times. And so here was a guy who was insecure, fearing not being loved, at times incapable of moving forward, making a decision, and yet when he went into action and did what he did, there was nobody more effective than Lyndon Johnson. So I looked at him as a very complex character, and I wanted to make a movie that would show all sides of him. Had it not been for Vietnam, and we can't discount it because it was there, but had it not been for Vietnam, he would have gone down as one of the great presidents in American history, I believe. And then with Woody Harrelson, I thought, and people have said, well, wait a minute, Woody Harrelson, you can applaud, you don't have to. Woody Harrelson, aside from the fact that he's from Texas, also has humanity. He brings humanity to every character. What? Is there somebody that didn't believe that? No, he's very human, and he has a great sense of humor. And I thought, if we're going to show this character in all the complexities that he has, we need somebody that has a sense of humor, who can play the depth, who can play the sadness and the insecurity. And Woody you'll see. I mean, it's one of the most amazing. I mean, there's a guy who's an incredible actor, and this is one of the best performances I've ever seen. Some of the actors, you mentioned Jennifer Jason Leigh, also Bill Pullman is in the movie, who plays Ralph Yarborough, but there's a number of actors that are here on the Kennedy staff. We have Rob Steinberg is here. We have playing also LBJ's assistant is Kate Butler. We have also two of the Kennedys. Playing John Kennedy. We've got Jeffrey. Are you back there, buddy? Jeffrey? Where is it? Where are you? He's amazing. He's amazing because he was in J. Edgar, right? J. Edgar, and he played Bobby Kennedy in that. But you see, he got bigger, he got older, so Jeffrey, he became John Kennedy. So because he became John Kennedy, we had to find another Bobby Kennedy, because he was too old for Bobby Kennedy. So Michael's tall David is out there. He played Bobby Kennedy. Who else is back there? Is anybody else back there that I should say? Woody Harrelson, ladies and gentlemen.